All right, here we are. It's Pop Culture Pastor, and I've got people in the studio with me that we're going to talk to, musicians, if you will. Not if you will. I don't know why I said that. It sounds fancy sometimes to say things like that, but no, they're real live musicians. Sean Rodriguez,
hey,
Max Allard,
hello,
and Grace Korak.
Hello.
I said that right?
That was right.
Correct.
You did so good.
Awesome. And you all came in and you played at the FireEscape Coffee House last night. So I thought we would sit down and have a conversation. But first, I think people should kind of get to know who you are because you're young. You're not household names yet. But yeah, so let's start with Sean. Just kind of give us the blurb, who you are.
Yeah, that's awesome. So my name is Sean Rodriguez. I'm a Christian music artist, and that just about sums me up. But right now we are currently on the Jesus Wheel tour. It's been going from May through mid-August, and man, that's just been an incredible time. I came on to the music scene in January of 2023. My first tour that I ever did was the Winter Jam tour, and
nice.
I got to play with just people that I grew up listening to. You know, I got Jeremy Camp, Andy Mineo, Disciple. Like my first tour was with guys that I was like, well, you're Jeremy, you're Jeremy, you know. And man, that was an incredible blessing, because you know I was praying that God would just kind of open up doors to be able to do music ministry, and he did that in a huge way, in a bigger way that I could have imagined, and honestly, in a way that kind of scared me a little bit, you know. And when I got out on Winter Jam, so prior to that, I was a family pastor. I grew up in Denver, Colorado, and I was a family pastor, and I was in church. I was in a small church, and I moved out to Tennessee to really just kind of pursue that music dream. And you know, I prayed like, all right, God, like I'm gonna serve you wherever I go. Like whatever you have me do, I'm gonna serve you. I'm gonna go all out. And he opened the door to do Winter Jam, and I was like, okay, hold on, God, am I ready for the, like, can I do this? Is this right? And honestly, like it did scare me a little bit, because I went from small church to all of a sudden, you know, we're doing 40 arenas in 3 months. I've never done anything like this before. And I was like, I don't know if I belong here. I don't know if this is for me. But man, some incredible guys kind of came along and took me under their wing. Guys like Jeremy, Kevin from Disciple. They're like, hey, yeah, no, like we've all been here before. We got you. Like, just stay close with us. We're going to help you make it through this. And they taught me so much about just how to handle yourself on stage, off stage, you know, the ins and outs of the touring life, and, you know, how to handle your family, and how to make sure that you and your family stay close while you're on the road, and how to just make sure that you got the energy and all of that. And so all of that in 2023, man, that was an incredible experience that kind of launched, you know, my opportunity to do music. And so now this year, thanks to Winter Jam and thanks to a lot of relationships I was able to build, I was able to put my own tour on. And actually, I was able to have Grace and Max out with me. They have been opening for me at select shows, and Max is also my keys player. And they have been just an incredible blessing. There's a whole story of how they came on, but I'll let them introduce themselves.
Yeah, so we are Grace and Max. I have just been singing pretty much forever. We're a husband and wife duo. We just got married about 2 months ago, which is so special, and has just been such a blessing just to get to travel together and just worship the Lord on stage together. It's just been a whirlwind. I am born and raised in Dallas, Texas. I had just been singing my whole life, and then around my 16th birthday, I was just like, this is what I want to do. Like, I want to sing, and I want to be a musician. I want to be a Christian artist and travel around and just share what the Lord has done in my life. And then opportunities arose for me to move to Nashville. Whenever I was 19, I just moved, and I just started making connections and building friendships, and that's where I met Max. And ever since then, we've kind of been inseparable, and we've just performed everywhere. And then it wasn't until we got married and Sean asked us to go on tour with him that we were an official duo. It was just so crazy. It was something that we had talked about for a long time. But we talked about becoming a duo for a long time, but we didn't want to make that commitment until after we were married because that's a lot of stress on a dating relationship. You just like don't know what's going to happen with
like
that.
Locked in, like
yes.
Now you have to get married.
Yes. And so we were just like, we'll just pray about it because we have our own solo careers as well. And once we got married, it was just so evident that this is where the Lord is taking us. And we're just so thankful for that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, ditto. My name is Max Allard. That was my wife, Grace Allard Korak. She goes by Grace Korak for her own individual music, but Grace Allard is your like legal name, I guess.
Just so everybody knows.
Just so everyone knows.
Yeah.
Put that out there.
I originally grew up in Franklin, Massachusetts, and so I came a long way to go to Nashville. I originally came to Nashville to go to Belmont University, and then when I was 2 years in, right after my sophomore year, I left to just go all in on music. I just felt God was calling me to just like, you've gotten what you've needed from Belmont. Now it's time for another journey. And so, yeah, I from there just started developing as an artist. I ended up working with producer Kip Williams and my vocal coach Jason Catrone, and we together, they helped me develop as an artist and grow. And we ended up doing 10 songs that have been coming out slowly but surely for my own like solo project, which is under Max Allard, which is like it's a pop project with a few Christian songs in there. But yeah, so Grace and I each have our own solo career kind of stuff going on. But recently we've been always had this random tug on our hearts to be a duo and make music for God. And we were kind of like, as Grace was saying, like, well, we're not married, and so we don't want to really get into that. It's just a little risky. But as soon as we're about a month out from our wedding, Sean gives me a call and he's like, hey, you interested in going on tour? And by the way, you can open up for some shows if you want. Grace, you and Grace can. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, we're not a duo. Like but he said it as if we were already an official duo. Mm-hmm. And so from there, we're like, well, shoot. Okay, God, like, let's do this thing. And we just came together and we bought merch and we wrote a song and we did all this stuff. Yeah, I don't know. We just really have felt God calling us to come together as a duo. And so we're really grateful for God and really grateful for Sean for bringing us out on this tour.
Yeah, it's awesome. You guys played a show here at the FireEscape on Sunday night. You guys were great together. I don't think anybody would have known if you wouldn't have said you were just married 2 months ago. You guys just seem to sing together like you've been singing together for a long time. And,
Thank you.
And of course, Sean was amazing, and you guys kind of worked into his stuff as well. So it was just a great show. We are sitting here with Sean Rodriguez, Max Allard, and Grace Korak. And I have a question now. I'm gonna put it in the form of a hypothetical.
All right, let's go.
Like a hypothetical situation. So I'm young. Gosh, I wish I was young. But I'm young. I'm singing for my church, and I come to realize, like, oh, people are telling me I'm good, and they're not doing that thing where they're just telling me that just to make me feel good. I'm actually good. I start to realize I'm good. When do I move to Nashville? Because that's like what everyone,
That's
like,
a good question.
is that where y'all live?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Everyone goes to Nashville now.
Yep. Okay. Here's the thing. Oh man,
This
I
sounds
gotta go.
official.
I've
Yeah,
heard Sean
yeah.
talk about this before.
No, yeah, okay, yeah. They know where I'm going with this. Okay. You are good. People are telling you that you are good, and that's great. You are good. If you go to Nashville expecting people to treat you the same way that your hometown church is treating you, it will not work out how you think it will. There is something that when people who are good in their hometown let too much, hey, you're so good. When you let that get to you and you start to think, I am really good. I'm going to go to Nashville and I'm going to change music. I'm going to change Christian music. I've seen those people get so hurt by life.
Yeah.
Because they come out with so much pride and so much like, I'm the answer. And so the first thing that you have to do is know, okay, yes, you are good.
Yeah.
But you're walking into a world where that's all people do all the time, and everybody from around America is going there. So I love basketball, and I think that I'm, better than the average guy at basketball. But if I go to an NBA training camp, I will not last, I won't last because I'm going somewhere where that's all that they do. You know what I mean? And so it's when you go out there, you have to manage expectations and you have to go out there humbly. If you go out there full of yourself, it's going to break you. It truly will. Now, the right time to do that is when you accept, okay, I'm really good here. I don't just want to be, so this is kind of my mentality. I was really good in Denver. I was Denver good. I wanted to know if I was more than just Denver good. I moved out to Tennessee saying, I want to know if I can carry my own weight out there where everybody is professional. And so it's a let's find out kind of thing, not like I'm going to go out there and change it. Yeah, It's a let's find out thing, and you have to go out there open-minded and open-hearted. So when you're ready to do that, then you can, because you're essentially taking yourself and saying, I'm ready to enter the next level of things. I want to be around people that are going to push me to get better. And so I walked into a room where everybody in there was a songwriter. None of them were artists, but they all sang better than I did. And so I had to say, okay, cool. Well, this is now the new standard. And so if I'm trying to hold on to an old standard, it's going to break my heart because there's a different standard that you have to rise to when you get out there. And so the right time to move is when mentally and emotionally you are ready to say, God, let me grow. And when you're ready to grow, then you're ready to move out there and you're ready to see, okay, what can come next?
Yeah. That's fantastic advice because as a pastor and someone who's been a youth pastor, I think I would coach any youth with gifts, with some talent somewhere. And it's hard to separate our Americanism from our Christianity, our faith, because Americanism says, oh, go turn your gift into being viral.
Yes.
Or try to get as many people on board as you can. Whereas it sounds like what you're saying is it's like, no, you really need to like kind of analyze your gifting and then try to figure out what it's for.
Yeah. And develop it. Know that it's the whole parable of the talents,
Yeah.
Develop it and grow it. God gave you something to grow. Like, when the master gave the talents, he didn't just give them that and that was it. He said, here's this, go and do something with it, go and multiply it. And so if you're ready to take your talent and multiply it and let it grow, man, that's the mindset where you have to be in, not just like, this is what I got, this is who I am, cash it in, You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I feel like for me, whenever I moved to Nashville, I just did not have a lot of confidence in my abilities and talents, but all the difference in the world was having a mission and a purpose behind the why I was going and trusting that the Lord is going to equip me, and also letting him define what success is in my life. Because if I go saying, if I just reach this goal, if I just hit number 1 here, then that means I'll be successful and I'll have made it. But whenever you could take a step back and truly just let the Lord guide you, and also just lean into that mission, like he is going to guide the steps, and you have to work hard. You can't just pray for a hole to be dug and then not do anything to work towards it. Like you have to keep working. You have to work so hard. Like a lot of people are amazing singers, but all the difference in the world is the worth ethic and how much you're willing to put into that and develop your craft.
Yeah. That's good stuff.
Kind of going off of that, like, if you're going to move to Nashville, it's not about, and it's not even about how good you are. Even if you're like pretty good, if you are the hardest worker in the room, if you're working harder than everyone else, like your chances of making it, it's like that quote they say, like the most talented person, hard work beats talent any day. It's like, well, I want to be famous and rich. It's like, well, do you know? I've only heard some horror stories about that,
Me too. Yeah. All of this is very interesting because Cody's my co-host on the podcast and the radio show. It's one of our favorite things to talk about. One of our favorite subjects is Tom Brady.
Ooh, God, that's my dude.
Hey, I live 15 minutes from Foxborough.
But here's a dude who did everything he could do in his profession, and clearly not satisfied. He just keeps searching. You can literally watch him in real time searching for something else.
Yeah.
And it wasn't his family. Like, that wasn't enough.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to read, we're not going to read into
Right.
other things. I'm sure there's other circumstances, but like, clearly it contributed that he went back to football and she wasn't down, So I appreciate all the talk about what is success, what should fulfill us, and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I want to get into a more of a pop culture-ish
Let's go.
kind of question, especially when it comes to music. So collaborations between Christian and mainstream artists are becoming a little more common. Like the lines maybe blurring a little bit. Will Smith just came out with a song with Kirk Franklin.
Man. That was crazy.
I know. Like
I was not expecting that.
Not at all. Not at
I
all.
came up on my Instagram. I was like, what?
Yeah. I saw it. And I was like, do I put this on the air? What do I do?
Well, when I saw the track title, I thought, oh, maybe there's like another Will Smith. Like there's another Chris Brown.
Right,
You
yeah.
know? When I first saw Chris Brown's name on a worship thing, I was like, there's no way Chris Brown is doing worship now. And it was a different Chris Brown. So when I saw Will Smith, I was like, okay, it's probably another Will Smith.
Yeah, every time someone says Chris Brown or featuring Chris Brown, you're like, is this Chris Brown from Elevation Worship or Chris Brown?
Run it. Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, so those lines are blurring a little bit. And so it leads me to this question. Is there a secular artist who would be like on your dream list that you would love to collaborate with, and why?
Bruno Mars, Justin Timberlake, Justin Bieber.
That was really fast.
Yep.
Ed Sheeran, Lauv, Jonas Brothers.
Hands down, Julia Michaels. She did a collaboration with NF, so I have hope.
All right. Okay.
Bieber's a Christian, so I also have hope.
We play some Bieber
Do you
on
really?
the station. Yeah,
That's awesome.
Well, he
Yes.
came out with that EP.
Yeah.
And there were a couple songs that were usable.
Yep.
There was one with a curse word in it. It was like, Justin,
Yep. No,
come on, man.
once those things open up in the realm of possibility, Justin will probably be like the first call for sure.
Someone who is a Christian who does pop music, John Bellion.
Oh, we play.
Yes.
So he has this song that we play on the station called "Stupid Deep."
Yes.
It's so good, and it's like it's better than. Okay, the funny thing is he put it out in the secular world.
Yes.
It has no references to Jesus or anything like that of faith, but he so well in the matter of a 3-minute song describes your heart condition.
Yep.
Yes.
And the hole that needs to be filled by faith. Mm-hmm. I was blown away. I was like, this is an incredible song.
Yeah.
He
Oh
is-
yeah.
He is, yes, he's a cool guy.
Yeah. So, but you guys are open. You guys want to do collaborations like that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that there's something really cool that can happen right there. It would have to be in the context of, hey, I'm not going to sing secular content.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to sing about some nonsense. But if we can do something like you said about the John Bellion song, where it's like, we don't even have to say Jesus 100 times in the song, but the message needs to be a message of faith and hope. Like we need to put something positive. We need to put some light out there into the world, because there's this whole group of secular listeners, I think, that if they hear Jesus in a song, they're going to shut it off. And you just alienated them. But they will listen to a message of hope. And I think that is the sweet spot where if you could land, a secular feature, I think that would be that's the sweet spot that you could find. We're gonna sing a message of hope.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I think so many artists already do this who are secular artists, quote unquote, but have Christian underlying messages, like Jake with a V. Mm-hmm. And
Yeah. He just did a song with Forrest
Jake
Frank.
with a V.
yes, oh my goodness, I love that song. He's one of my favorites. And Surfaces, who's Forrest Frank's band, Tori Kelly, like the list goes on. There's so many people who already use secular music as their ministry, and I just think that is so cool. And I would just love to have this collaboration just like that.
Yeah. I want to be best friends with Forrest Frank.
Oh yes, you and me both.
Those videos he was doing with if you're having a bad day, sit here.
Oh yeah.
Those were so amazing. And like, again, nothing overtly religious about it. He's just like out there just throwing out hope to people through the medium of music. And it's just amazing. I love that kind of stuff. Okay, I want to get you out of the realm of music, because you guys probably get tired of talking about music and pop culture.
I love music.
I could talk about music forever.
Yeah, like this is literally the passion. But I do love pop culture, so let's keep going.
Rule number 1, don't show up the host, you guys. We got a lot to work on, youngsters. No, just kidding. A little. Beyond music, what are your favorite pop culture things out in the world? Like, are you geeks? Is there any IPs you're into?
Okay,
Bro, we've been playing too much Pokemon Go.
Pokemon Go is like, so we go to festivals and they're like, oh yeah, we got you ride passes and we got you, this and this access, and we're like, are there any Pokestops around here?
Dude, we were at a festival. It was
Revive.
That's right.
In Michigan, yeah.
Yeah. And we, in the middle of the night, were walking around. It was like 11 p.m. and like security is walking around, driving around in the trucks, and they were looking at us. They're like, "You guys okay?" We're like, "Yeah, we're just getting Pokemon."
Everybody's been pretty receptive to it, which is interesting because when I grew up, Pokemon was like it was like demonic, is what I was told.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, like
okay.
There was this whole fad when I was growing up, is like people were telling Christian parents like, don't let your kids play Pokemon. So like I know that's kind of a thing in the church that I've been asked about. But man, I love Pokemon. I really do, and that's something that it's been an interesting common ground for me and all 5 of my band guys. It's like we all hunt Pokemon and we all do that. It's like really cool. We'll go into if we have time to kill in the city, we'll go into the local used game store or the local toy store, and we'll look at Funko Pops and just those kind of things. So. We also love movies. Gladiator, one of my favorite movies.
Watch that on the van.
We watch Gladiator on the van. So yeah, I think it's safe to say that we do nerd out just a little bit.
Yeah, you excited about Gladiator too? Yeah, you don't even have to say anything else. That's the correct answer.
I'm gonna be honest. Gladiator, man, you didn't need to push.
No.
It's perfect.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
It's perfect. You didn't need to go a step ahead, and I just worry about the legacy of the title now. Like, I don't know that you can duplicate perfection.
When I watched the trailer, I was like the gif of the lady that keeps waffling back and forth. Yeah. Like I was like,
yeah,
maybe.
Yeah, I'm optimistic. I'm hopeful. You know, but I'm also scared.
Putting Denzel in it pretty much guaranteed I have to watch it. I have to at least give it a shot,
right?
Because I'm such a huge Denzel fan.
Okay,
yeah. What about you guys? You guys into any geek IP?
I grew up like a geek. Like I used to read manga and watch a lot of anime. I just haven't had time. But Star Wars, I bought
still?
a.
You're still a Star Wars fan?
No, still a Star Wars fan.
Nope.
Recently not.
Oh, okay.
Well,
you can be
I
a
love
modern
Star Wars
fan. It's fine.
But I haven't really watched anything recent because it's just
Star Wars is kind of a mess. So
it's kind of a mess.
I do like asking people like, where are you at with that?
That's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, we don't want to go there.
But in high school, I bought a way too expensive double-bladed lightsaber. Oh, it was purple. It's not canonically correct. I know. I'm so sorry for anyone who's like well, that's not canonically, but it was green and purple. And it connects on the ends, and you can spin it. And then I went to a convention in Boston and dressed up like a Jedi.
Very nice.
And walked around, had lightsaber battles with my friends.
I just learned something new about Max. I had no idea that ever happened.
Yeah, you should have disclosed that
slipped.
before you got married.
He wasn't supposed to say that.
I showed you the pictures of this.
The coolest thing that I've signed to this day that I've put an autograph on was a double-bladed lightsaber.
Yes.
This was about a month ago. This kid brought his lightsaber to the concert, and he's like, I wanted to ask you if you could sign this for me. And I was like, it would be an honor. Thank you.
That's amazing. That's good stuff. All right. Now, this is a special thing we do here on the Pop Culture Pastor Podcast. That's a lot of alliteration, but
Pop Culture Pastor Podcast.
You just go with it. We like to play something we call the movie game. And what I'm going to do is, and you guys have split off into teams. The drummer has come in to help Sean.
Yeah.
What's your tell everyone your name just so we know.
I'm Will. I play drums for Sean.
Will, who plays drums for Sean. He's come in to join Sean. They're going to play teams. And so here's basically the premise of the game. I have 3 Rotten Tomatoes profiles for movies.
Oh no!
Interesting.
Oh gosh.
And there are 5 levels that you can try and solve here. The first level, I will give you the tomato score and the year it came out.
I'm so done.
Wow.
Only one person ever has solved from that first level. Level 2, you will get the second build actor. Level 3, you'll get the audience score, which doesn't really add you much, but you get another guess if you were going in a direction. Level 4, the first build actor. And finally, level 5, the blurb, where if we get lucky enough to get there, I get to use my blurb voice. It's very exciting.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Who would like to go first? Can we do this in a kind way where we don't have to make it a game of chance? Just someone want to just say, you guys go first?
After you.
Okay. So Sean and Will are going to go first. So here's the way we do it. Your 3 choices are going to be, usually one's a bad movie, a mediocre movie, and a good movie, a certified fresh movie, according to Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay.
So I'm holding in my hand a 34% rated movie, a 53% rated movie, and an 83% rated movie. Which one would you like to try and solve? They're looking at each other.
Rotten Tomato scores have always been all over the place.
Yeah.
I've loved movies that have terrible scores. Yeah. Let's start with the best this time.
All right.
Let's do best.
They are going to go with the best. So 83% Rotten Tomato score. This is level 1. This movie came out in 1965.
Well, dude,
Good luck, guys. Hey, good luck.
Come on, man.
It's an old one.
my mom
You
wasn't
don't know
even born
this?
then.
Guys, this
Your
is an
mom
easy
wasn't
one. I
even
know
born.
it.
That's depressing, and now I feel old. 1965, 83% critics score on Rotten Tomatoes.
Max is gloating over there. Already.
Yeah,
We might win this.
do you have a guess?
Can I just take a shot in the dark?
Yeah,
I don't even know.
that's what people usually
My
do.
time, it's Gone with the Wind.
It is not Gone with the Wind.
Okay.
So level 2, you will get the second build actor. So it's not the top build actor. It's the second build
You know
actor.
actors from the 60s, though?
This actor is Christopher Plummer. Christopher Plummer. 1965.
If it ain't Veggie Tales, I don't know, dude.
Random aside, what would it take for you to do a cover of our VeggieTales song in your show?
I'll do it right now.
Nice.
We'll make it happen.
Yes. My favorite is Cheeseburger. What's it called? The full name?
Yeah, the cheeseburger.
Yeah.
It's just a cheeseburger song?
Cheeseburger, yeah.
For obvious reasons.
My
I just
favorite
like
was the belly button one because they totally ripped Backstreet Boys on that. Like, I need to tell you something.
Okay, so no guess.
Do you have anything?
Will is just on the side. He's not talking into the
Get
microphone.
closer to the mic.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I'm drawing a complete blank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Okay.
Next level.
So level 3 is the audience score. That's not going to help you. It's 91%. So it's higher than the critic score. Almost unanimously loved by audiences.
American Graffiti.
It is not American Graffiti. That's a good guess. That's a deep pull there. Level 4, the first build actor. This might throw it over the top for you. Julie Andrews. You got Christopher Plummer and Julie Andrews. 1965.
Is it The Sound of Music?
It is The Sound of Music.
Man.
Let's go.
Nicely done, everyone.
Level 4. That's not bad for your first time.
Wow.
Sean
Oh
and
my
Will
goodness.
solve at level 4. Now it is over to Max and Grace.
I'm so scared.
Would you like to try and solve the mid-range one, 53%, or the batter one, the worst one, 34%?
Let's go with the badder one.
Okay, that's a good choice.
The batter.
All right, 34%. Your level 1 clues. 34% critic score. The movie came out in 2012.
Oh.
Come on, softballing, man.
Oh my goodness.
The game is rigged.
It is.
Hey, we were only 11 then, so. Or I was 11. Max was like 9.
Our parents weren't born.
So
At least you guys were alive.
So just take a shot here. Just take a shot.
Is it?
I know what it is.
I'm sure you do.
There's a meta guess here. I can already tell you it's wrong, but there's a meta guess
I know
for a
that.
bad movie from 2012.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't think it's a bad movie, but Amazing Spider-Man 2.
No, it is not amazing. I'm sorry. The guess has been in. The guess is in. That is incorrect. Although I think that would probably be right for critic score. I don't think
score.
people liked
That's why I
Amazing
thought
Spider-Man
that was
2.
Fair. I did not like that one.
Level 2, the second build actor, Dominic Cooper.
I don't know who that is.
Everybody's looking around. I can't help you. I'm sorry. Yeah, if you don't know who
Wait.
that is. Oh, there's whispering.
I'm sorry.
Come out that year?
I don't know.
Just guess. Guess it. Do it.
Guess it. I have no other guess.
Okay. 2012. Oh.
Okay, that's a good guess. That's what I thought you would guess the first one,
Yeah.
but it is not
That isn't that a guess.
2012. Although that is maybe one of my favorite bad movies. It's so fun to
It's
watch.
a solid one.
Yeah.
It is
It really
solid.
is.
Level 3, the audience score. This is not going to help you, but audiences did like it better than the critics. 50%. Half of the audience liked it. This is usually a quick one. If you don't have another guess, we can move on.
Do you have another guess?
No.
No. We
Okay.
move
Wait,
on.
no. Wait.
Oh.
Give a guess, though.
Yeah,
Oh.
give a guess.
Oh.
This came out way earlier. It definitely did. Benchwarmers. But that came out earlier, I think.
Not much. I don't think it much earlier.
Well, that's my
and you're
guess.
right. That critics and audience score, I bet those line up pretty good. It's not Benchwarmers. But that's actually a very good guess. Level 4, the first build actor. This is... You guys got a hard one. I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
Benjamin Walker.
What?
Wow.
Do we know who Benjamin Walker
no.
is?
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
Dominic Cooper and Benjamin Walker in a 2012 movie that got a 34% Rotten Tomato score.
This is a hard one.
This is good news, though.
Do you guys know what it is? Will
no,
and
they
Sean.
look at them. They don't know.
They're like, what?
I got a good poker face.
All right.
Wait, what if you just?
Are you ready for the blurb?
Yes.
Yeah, because I have no clue.
All right. This
I have
is
no
my
good
favorite.
guess.
Okay.
Would your listeners know by now? Like, do you
There
know?
are probably some people who listen to the pod
They're
who've
like,
been
come
yelling.
I'm sorry if you're
They
listening
say
to us.
Dominic
the first one.
Cooper.
They're like, you
Screaming at their
idiots.
radio right now.
There's
I'm
probably-
sorry.
Know this
Okay.
by now. It was
You
obvious.
idiots. It's blah, blah, blah.
We do have some listeners who probably know who Dominic Cooper is. All right. Here's the blurb. You ready?
Yes.
Honest Abe learns the undead are plotting to take control
Oh,
of the United
it's
States.
it's the Abraham Lincoln zombie killer movie, right?
No.
no,
No.
wait.
That's not my guess.
That's not my guess. That's not my guess. That's not my guess. That's not my guess. That's not my guess. That's not my
He
guess.
lost.
No.
It is mass chaos now.
That's not my guess.
What's that movie called?
You had the first part.
Hey, Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah, go ahead. You're on the right track. Go ahead.
Abraham Lincoln. Just tell us. Wait.
Dude, I saw this.
Oh, no.
Can we Google?
No. Googling is not allowed.
Okay, you have 5 seconds to guess.
You have 5 seconds.
Abraham Lincoln, like
My listeners definitely know the
Undead.
answer now.
undead rising, undead killer, something like that.
It is Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
Oh, that's what I was gonna
Vampire
say.
Hunter.
That's what I was gonna
No.
say.
I literally saw the cover of this movie the other day, and I was like, "That looks stupid."
Yeah. I agree.
Well, you're wrong.
Is it good? Will says it was good?
Well, okay, so this is the only movie. So I saw 2 movies in the same day with the girl I was dating, who is now my wife.
Oh, all right.
And you still didn't know it?
The other one was Amazing Spider-Man.
Wow.
Oh wow! So I was in the right
It was
year.
the same year. Yeah, it was the same year in theaters at the exact same time as the Amazing Spider-Man first one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's the only reason I didn't guess the first one because the first one I know got higher ratings. I just know the second one was hated.
This was awesome. Thanks for playing the movie game. Thanks for coming on the pod here and hanging out with us. Sean Rodriguez, Max Allard, Grace Korak. Look him up on Spotify. And then also Sean's drummer, Will. What's your last name, Will?
Strats.
Will Stratz? Stratz. Okay.
It's one of those ugly German names.
Yeah. Well, likewise.
Thanks
Yeah,
for
I got
having
one
us
of
on,
those.
man.
Thank
I wish
you
we
so
had
much.
more rounds of this. That was fun.
that was
Yeah. Well, you got to come back and you can play again.
We'll do it again for sure.
But only one per customer now.
So
We'll
we're undefeated now, right?
Yes,
Yep.
technically speaking, you are. Now, normally when we
You
don't
had
have
the sound of music. We had Abe Lincoln.
normally when you're on individual, you have to go up against Cody, one of the co-hosts, and he's a little bit of a tougher animal, although not that tough. He's not as good as he should be, but he's not here, so I can say that sort of thing. All right, we'll see y'all next time.